Hi there, it's January the 30th, and in today's readings in the Torah in Book of Exodus, we come to a very crucial stage, the last of the plagues upon Egypt, the plague of locusts, the plague of darkness, and the plague of the slaying of the firstborn. In particular, the last one, the slaying of the firstborn, is a direct hit against Pharaoh. We said earlier that Pharaoh was seen himself as being divine. He was seen as an incarnation of the sun god Ra. So the darkness is an attack on the sun god Ra, and then the slaying of the firstborn is an actual hit against Pharaoh himself, who is setting himself up against God. God is going to deliver the Israelites through a lamb. We remember back in the story of Abraham that Abraham promised that God would provide a lamb. We know that lamb points forward to Messiah Jesus dying on the cross. But here a lamb forms the salvation. Here a lamb forms the mark of rescue, the blood of the lamb on the doorposts of the people, on the side posts and on the lintel of the door, to show that there is a family here under the protection of God. And so he passes over them. The Hebrew word is Pasach, and from which they get the word Pesach, meaning Passover in Hebrew. And they are to be ready to leave. They are to roast the lamb, not boil it, not eat it raw. They're to cook it, but to roast it, to eat every part of it. They eat it with bitter herbs and bread that hasn't had a chance to rise, matzot, with unleavened bread, and then they're to be ready to leave Egypt. This is God's rescue. This is God stepping in. With us, he stepped in Messiah Jesus, who Paul calls later on our Passover, our Pesach. We too, with Israel, are rescued. Have a good January the 30th.